Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Good morning to the Breakfast Club. Happy day to everyone who's tuned in to watch me right now. Y'all, let's have some crafting fun. Stay tuned. So as you guys know, I have been doing a snowman theme all week. And I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. We are going to do a snow woman today, and I think she is so super cute. And I am going to show her to you right now. And here she is, guys. I think she is just so stinking cute. She's got her flared little skirt on, some lace around the waist. And I made this one a little bit smaller than the other one. We don't have our third box on, but I love how this one turned out. So we are going to make Mrs. Snowman right now. So we're going to run through the supply list of what we're going to need, and then we'll make our project. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. And I'm backing this with chipboard. So for me, it's not a big deal on what the weight of my cardstock is. But if you're not going to back it with chipboard, you at least want to use a 110, 120. And then I have another piece that measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Then I have a sheet of decorative paper that measures 10 1/2 by 10 1/2. I have a sheet of solid cardstock that measures 12 by 12. And then we have some chipboard pieces. So we have one chipboard piece that is going to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we have 4 chipboard pieces that are 2 7/8 by 3 1/2. And then we have a piece of chipboard that measures 4 by 4. And we have 4 pieces of chipboard that measure 3 3/8 by 4. And then we have 12 strips of paper that measure 1 by 4 1/4. So I've got 12 of these. And these are all of the items that we're going to need to make this project. So go ahead and cut yours out right now. I'll wait, and then we can get started on making this. Ready? We are going to get started, and we are going to start with our 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inch piece. And we are going to score this at 1/2 inch and 1 on all 4 sides. And then we will bring in our 6 1/8 by 6 1/8 inch piece, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch and at 1 on all 4 sides. And then we will bring in our 12 by 12 piece, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch and at 4 on all 4 sides. And then we are going to bring in our piece that measures 10 1/2 by 10 1/2, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch and at 3 1/2 on all 4 sides. And now we are going to bring in the strips that we have that measure 1 by 4 1/4. And all we're going to do for these is just take something and give them just a slight curve. And now we can set these to the side. So what we want to do, guys, is we want to go back and fold and burnish every piece of paper on which we made score marks. So I'll start with this one. We'll fold and burnish. And we'll do this with all of our pieces. And by doing this up front, we can just totally concentrate on putting our project together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish the rest, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so once we have everything folded and burnished, we're going to need to make some cuts. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove this long rectangle this short square, and then we're going to cut in each panel about right there. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. So I'll go up to my second score mark and I'll cut straight down. Then I'm going to angle cut in, and this just makes folding my tabs a little bit easier. And then I'll come over here and I'm going to angle cut in, and then I'll remove that piece all together. And then where I've got the little marks, I'm going to come back and I'm just going to cut those off. And I will do this on all 4 sides. And then next I'm going to go ahead and do my lid. So I'm going to cut down, and let me come in and show you what I'm going to remove. I am going to be removing those 2 squares from all 4 corners. So I'll angle cut in here, and I'll remove this right here. And then I'm going to angle cut in just a little bit here, just to make my box go together easier. And I'll do this, like I said, on all 4 sides. So I'm going to come down, angle cut in, angle cut in, and remove. And then I'll come down again on my last one. I'll angle cut in, and I will remove. And now we have all of our pieces cut out, and we can put our wonderful project together. Okay, so I am going to come in with my reptile glue. I'll fold in my tab, and I am just going to place glue on the tab, and we'll get this closed. And I don't know about where you guys are, but my goodness, what a difference a day made. It is so cold here that I actually have my heater running, but I turned it off because it's kind of loud. But I am freezing. I'm not literally freezing, but I just thought I'd say that. Okay, so we're going to come in here, and put this together. And we're going to put all of our boxes together this way. So I will finish this one off with you guys, and I am going to do the other 3 that we scored off camera, and then I will be back. Okay, so once we have it put together, we're going to come back with our glue, and we're just going to close these flaps inward. And I'm just going over this with my bone folder to make sure everything is nice and stuck. Okay, so once we have it like this, then we have a lid that's ready to be placed on our box. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other lid and boxes, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so my lids are done, and so are my 2 boxes for the body. But we're not going to put the flaps down yet because we need to install some chipboard on the body boxes. So we're going to start with the large one first, and we have a bottom that measures 4 by 4, and make sure that you measure it so that it's going to fit before you actually place it down. So I am going to take my glue this very nicely, and then I'm just going to put it in on the inside and let it just fall into place. And then I'll come back with my bone folder, and let's get this stuck down. And I'll do this on all 4 sides, so you're going to want to make sure that you're testing it to make sure that it fits, and if it doesn't, then just trim it. It's always better to have your piece cut larger and trimmed down than to cut it too short, because you really can't fix that. That's one of those cases where you would have to start over. So I'm going to come back and just smooth that down. Get up this excess glue here. And now I'll come back with my side pieces. I know I am going to need to trim them. So I am going to come back with my scissors and just start trimming off a little at a time. You can put this in your cutter if you want. I am just going to do it with my scissors. Then I'll place it on the inside and see if we can get this to fit. And I have a nice snug fit, so I am going to take my glue and get this stuck down. And I'll come back with my bone folder, come on the inside, and you can see that we are almost done with getting this one covered. I'll come back with my last piece. I already know that I need to trim some off, so I'm going to come back and do that. Like I said, you can use your cutter or you can use a ruler with your finger blade, however you choose to do it, but I'm just trimming some off. And let me just check it to make sure, and it does fit. So all I'm going to do is put my glue on here. We're going to get this stuck down. And now I'll come back and I will place glue on all of my flaps and get this stuck. So I'll fold them in and get it stuck down. And I'll do this on all 4 sides. And then once we've got it put together, it's going to look like this. We can take our lid, place it on just to make sure that it's going to fit, and it does. So I am going to take this box and set it to the side, and I will bring this one in and do the exact same thing. So I'm not going to have you guys go through the placement with me, but I will be taking my 3.5 by 3.5 inch piece, making sure that it fits, and I can see that I need to trim off a little bit this way. So all I'm doing is trimming this. So I'm going to check it this way, and then I'll check it this way, and I'm good. So I am going to take my glue and place this down. So let's go ahead and get that placed. And so the first piece that we want to put in is the bottom piece, and then we can add our side pieces. I will do that off camera, but we will be using side pieces that measure 2 7/8 by 3.5. And I'm going to go ahead and place those, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so all of our boxes are made, and there were 2 pieces of chipboard that I forgot to mention in the supply list, and they are the chipboard pieces that we need for our lid. So I have a piece that measures 4 by 4, and I am going to place it inside of my lid. So make sure you test it before you place it, and trim it down if you need to. And then I have a piece that measures 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm simply going to add glue to it and place it down as well. And this just stabilizes the lid so that it can carry some weight if I want to put weight on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, get everything nice and stuck. And I'm going to set these to the side because now we are ready to start placing our pieces of paper on the box. So the paper that we have measures again 1 by 4 1/4, and all I'm going to do is take some glue, and I'll do a few of these with you guys, and I'll do the rest off camera. So I'm taking some glue. I'll start in the middle because that's just how I like to start, and I'm going to get this stuck down, and this is the part where your hands will probably get a little bit messy. So I'll get that stuck down. And then I like to go ahead and do all of my sides at the same time on one side. So I'm going to put all of my pieces in at the top so that they can all get nice and stuck before I start bending them. So I'll get that stuck down. Take another one, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to place glue right on the edge, just like that. And then I'll take this and I'm going to position it close to the corner. And then once I know that the middle one is dry, I am going to take some glue, place my glue on the back side of that. And then all I'll do with this is I am going to grab this, bring it up from the bottom, and just kind of scooch it up. And that'll help my curve. And then I'll come back with my bone folder, and I'm going to get that stuck down. Get that nicely burnished. And there we have our curve. And I'll do this with the others. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom. And then I'll just bring this up just like this. Need to hold it until my glue sets up. Then I can come back. And then I'll do my last one on this side. I'm just placing my glue. And then I'm going to bring it up just like this so that my glue actually starts touching and it'll automatically want to start sticking. And then I'm just going to hold it until it dries. And there, just like that, we've got a nice curve. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other sides and then I'll be back. All right, guys, so I have got my pieces of paper on all four sides and I love how this looks. It is so cute and so festive. And now what I'm going to do is bring in my lid so that you can see the lid placed on here. And the way that we want it is we want the lid to come down, but we don't want the lid to interfere with the curve. And that's why we made our lid with a 1/2 inch lip. So now what I'm going to do is take my other box and I am going to stack it on top of this one. And it's going to be gorgeous. So I am going to take my reptile glue and then I'm going to place glue all along the bottom of my box, especially on the ends because I want everything nice and tight. And then I'll come back and fill in. Then I'm going to bring this towards me so that I can make sure that I'm getting this nice and straight. And then when I have it nice and straight, I'm simply going to come back and just press my glue into place. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm telling you, trust me when I say this. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the way these colors are working. So now what I'm going to do is I have a hat and I'm actually going to put this hat on here. So what I did was I took out the pine cones and I replaced it with the flower because this is a female. So I am going to take this and I'll take my glue and I'm just going to place some glue and we're going to get this stuck down. And I'm going to take my lid off so that I can bring this over to me and look at it and make sure everything is nice and straight and gorgeous. I'm just going to press it, get that glue stuck, and I'll come back just like this. And I'm going to show you how pretty this is without me doing any other embellishing to it. Fabulous. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take some little red buttons that I have and I'm just going to place them right here. And I'm going to use hot glue for this part. So I have this one button, which is right there. And then I'm going to take another button and place it right here. Cute. And you can see how sweet that is. So now what I'm going to do is I want to come back with some of my really lacy rosette, and I am simply going to use hot glue to wrap this all the way around and give her a finished, cute look. So I'm going to lean this back just like that so you guys can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my hot glue, but I'm only going to place it on the lip of the lid, and I'm not going to place it where it'll interfere with opening it. And then I'm going to take my lace, and you don't have to place lace, you don't have to place anything here if you don't want. I'm placing my lace because I think it's cute. So I'm going to place my lace, and then I'll just go around on all four sides and put that ribbon down on the lip. And I already know who I'm giving this one to, but I'm not going to say because they watch me. So she probably already knows it's her, but I'm not going to say. And then I'll come over here, put a little bit more, and bring this around just like this. And then I'm going to come to the back. And get that stuck. And then I'll bring this piece over. And this time I'm going to put my glue here. And then I'll put a little glue right there in the middle so that when I bring this lace over, everything is nice and stuck. Move that up just a little bit because I had a little bulk there. And I don't want my lady to have a big booty, so I'll fix that bulk. And there we have it. I absolutely love how this turned out. You've got all of this contrast going, but it works, guys. It works. And I am going to bring the other one back in so we can see just how gorgeous both of these are. I think that they are just so adorable, so stinking cute, and so easy to make. So guys, find some contrasting papers, make you some boxes, and set these out around your house, or fill them with candies, sell them at craft fairs. Just do whatever you like with these because they're so versatile. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this project, and if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.